Hello, and welcome to another episode of Be the Love to Awaken Our Souls. Thank you again so much for tuning in this week. I'm Stacy Musial.
And I am Brenda, Carey. We are your co-hosts and souls on the journey. We are on a mission to raise the consciousness of humans and the planet, and we need your help. Please spread the word to your family and friends and join us every week. Consider becoming a Patreon supporter or a sponsor to help with the operating costs like editing and the many hours we spend creating these shows with quality guests and content. And if you have resonated with our mission, support us in a way that raises your vibration to love.
And I'd like to start this episode by opening it up with a prayer today. And this prayer is going to be just the language that I use that resonates with me. And so take in whatever resonates with you in what way feels good. And so I would like to call in great spirit that of divine love and bringing the divine love into this episode and creating the space we need to articulate and to reach all those people and listeners that really truly need this message today, and our angels and spirit guides and our ancestors of love and light who are here to support us, all of us on this planet in our journeys as we are moving forward in creating space for healing and growth and insights and clarity, and allowing that to flow through and being transmuted with the violet flame of light and love, bringing in all that energy that needs to be transmuted to create higher consciousness on this planet. And I would like to acknowledge the land that we are on currently in my current location of Fort Collins, Colorado, of the Ute, the Cheyenne, the Sioux, and the Arapaho, and just appreciate the land that we are on, that we get to play and work and love and heal our shadows and all that we get to do on this land. So grateful, and the opportunities to really be able to be a conduit and messenger through this beautiful podcast and our messages today. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if it feels safe for you, I'd like to begin by taking a moment to get centered with us. I'd like to begin by inviting you to take a beautiful cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, releasing anything that is keeping you from being present. And take another deep breath in through your nose. Breathe in calm, peaceful, loving energy. Breathing out anything you're ready to release in this now moment. And take one more breath in through your nose, breathing in light and love for yourself. And imagine breathing out that light and love and send it back to all of humanity, remembering that you always, always have your breath to come back to.
Thank you so much, Stacy, for that beautiful prayer and our meditation opening that I always love so much.
Mm.
And as we come into this season, as of this recording, we are approaching the holiday season, into Thanksgiving, if you celebrate, at least in the North American part, and then into the winter holidays. And this can be a season of really mixed emotions. And for many people, it's a light, joyous time. For other people, it can be much heavier, and we go through struggles during this time. So just know that wherever you are along that continuum, it is perfect just as it is. And this episode is going to be more experiential. As we come into a season of what's typically referenced, especially in spiritual circles, this season of gratitude. I get it that sometimes it can be really difficult, especially when we are struggling, especially when the holidays might be a difficult time as opposed to a joyous time, to really feel into gratefulness or a time of thanksgiving. And so we offer this episode as an invitation. So wherever you are, whether you are with us as you're driving in your car or waiting at a lobby somewhere, or just like if you're in between, you can make this practice a part of your daily going ons, as I say, and it will bring in more presence, and we're going to be releasing and acknowledging some of those heavy emotions and some of maybe the body achy sensations that might be associated with those emotions, so that we can genuinely, and I do mean genuinely, bring in gratitude in the present moment. And this isn't meant to, bring lip service to make us spiritually bypass or like kind of like force us to be, grateful. Like, well, I know, I have my house, and when we're only looking at external things, but to really feel and embody gratitude so that we can truly enter into our day, week, and this season, especially if we're going to be with other family and friends this season, and just really embody what gratitude feels like.
Yes, thank you so much, Brenda, for that introduction to this topic, because it is very important. As we go into the holiday season, there's almost this expectation where, oh, well, we need to find gratitude, or we need to be grateful, or we need to, find the holiday cheer. And, right now on this planet, we are going through of a lot of energy shifts, and a lot of heaviness happening right now, with a lot of things coming up for people. And so it's really, really important, to recognize that in order to get to that light energy, feeling good, we must we must feel the heaviness. We must acknowledge it and honor it, and even get to a place of loving it. And that takes some time and practice.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't have one without the other. And as willing as we are, or as we want to go into the light, but we have to be willing to face and feel the heavy, dark energy. And I say dark, but I don't mean dark as in scary, because that's what we've been taught, is to really, be afraid of this. But the heavy energy that has been, can be seen as dark, but within that darkness is where we get to learn and grow.
Mm-hmm.
And so to really begin to honor that, so we can get to a place of gratitude. And so with that, I just want to invite you to, and if you're driving or in a place you can't do this exercise, just maybe listen along, and you can come back to this episode and do the practices, or, have it, saved, so you can remember, where you want to go with it later on, because it's so important, because we tend to push our emotions away. We tend to push that, the negative away. And so I just want to invite you, don't avoid this, but really, really step into it, and make time for it, make time for you. That is the invitation today, is to make time for you, no matter what you're going through. And so I'd like to invite you to just take a moment and settle in for a moment. And, the stillness in your body, really starting to tune into that, no matter what you're doing, and just notice if there's any tension. And so you might just scan your body, allow your mind's eye to move down your head and down your body, And notice if there's any areas of tension that are coming up. And maybe that's a feeling of anxiety or a burning sensation, or maybe there's a hot sensation in your face. Whatever is coming up for you is perfectly okay. And we want to just honor that no matter where you're at. And so just allowing that to be felt and just noticing, where do you feel that in your body? And just put your awareness on that and just tuning in. When's the last time you acknowledged that sensation in your body or that feeling? It just wants to be heard. It just wants to be seen. And I'm wondering, does it have a message for you? Is there a message or something it needs to express? I'm wondering, does it feel like it has a shape? If you were to just tune into it, what shape might it feel like it is? Does it have a color? What color does it feel like it is? How big does it feel? And how intense? And just allowing it to be felt. You might even acknowledge it by saying, I see you. I feel you. I'm here with you. Just allowing it to be what it needs to be in this moment. And then imagine yourself breathing, taking a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And think about a color that you associate with healing. Whatever color pops in your head, in your awareness. And just know that that is the right color for you in this moment. And as you connect with your breath, imagine breathing into that feeling, into that body sensation, that color. Imagine that color light coming in through the top of your head as you're breathing in and all the way down into that space in your body. And then breathing that feeling out like a thick fog moving out of your pores, out of your body. And breathing in that healing light, that colored light, right into that space. And again, with each exhale, breathing that feeling, that body sensation out, remembering that it's just energy. It's emotional energy. And just being with that, allowing that to move through your being, through your body. And as you do that a few times, just coming back to it and just noticing what you feel in that moment. Has it decreased or increased? Has it stayed the same? Does it have any messages for you? Is there anything it needs from you? Maybe it just needs a little bit more attention. Maybe it has a message. Anything is perfectly okay. Just working with that within yourself, just acknowledging it. And just notice what happens as you work with that energy and working to release that energy, but acknowledge the energy. How has it shifted for you? And just allowing that presence within that shift to occur. Anything and everything is perfectly okay here. There's no right or wrong. It just is what it is. It's your process. And just take a moment and put your hands over your heart and feeling your heart space and giving that space to acknowledge taking this time for you in this moment. Now, Brenda is going to lead us through a present moment gratitude exercise that we can move into after we have really honored ourselves in those moments and felt those difficult emotions. And then we can truly, truly move into a place of deep gratitude.
And as you perhaps still have your hand on your heart, you can keep it there and connect into this energy of self-love and compassion. And notice with every rise and fall of your breath, just notice the calmness that you have created in your mind. Maybe you notice the more lightness in your physical body. And if your eyes are closed, I'm going to just have you blink them open. And if your eyes are already open, just allow them, if possible, to gaze at one spot, but not a hard gaze, just something soft. Still breathing in deep and slow, and just noticing what you have decided to gaze upon in this now moment. And you can begin to kind of slowly scan wherever you are, just noticing one object. It could be something very small or something more expansive, just to bring yourself here, not judging it in any way, not reminding yourself of a story about it. Maybe it's even a person that you're gazing at. And then to bring in this lighter vibrational energy of gratitude, maybe gaze at one thing or person that you are grateful for. And really breathe that in. Maybe bring in that light, that color that you love, and draw it into you. Connect it to the thing or person that you are grateful for and connect it with that light color. Maybe that color brightens a little bit. And then just slowly gazing around the area, the room. If you're driving, just begin to notice. Begin to notice the beauty that is around you. It can be in such simple little things. Maybe it's a thread on your carpet. And then if it feels appropriate for you, can bring in some affirmations. You are welcome to say these affirmations to yourself or out loud if you can, or just allow them to wash over you as you continue with your healing light, as you continue to really slow down and be present with your surroundings. Breathing in the affirmation of I am filled with joy. Breathing that in. I am light and love. I am compassionate to myself and others. And if there is another affirmation that bubbles up for you, again, say it to yourself or out loud. Notice any areas in the body where you begin to absorb this feeling of gratitude, compassion, self-love. And then beginning to draw it inward. So you can close the eyes down if possible or keep them open. And we're drawing this light and this feeling of gratitude to yourself. Now, based on who you know, what you have, what you do, but for who you are at the essence of you. Honoring all parts, honoring all feelings, honoring the humanness of you. And just breathing that gratitude for yourself inward. And then when you feel complete, and that can be in your own timing, you can hit the pause button if you'd like and stay here just breathing in this energy of gratitude for yourself, maybe even sending it out into the world, into the space that you are in. Just coming back into this moment, maybe if your eyes are closed, blinking the eyes open, and with a final deep breath in, and a big exhale out. And then maybe you begin to make some body movement if you haven't already. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, just to really bring yourself back to this moment. It has been such an honor for Stacy and I to guide you through this experience from darkness to light, especially during a season that has both. That has both darkness and light, and that we can honor both sides, honoring all of ourselves. So we would really encourage you to play this episode again, maybe in a different room or different situation, but to use it throughout your days, your weeks to come as we move into a darker time of the season. And really, especially when you start to feel the heaviness come in, or you start to feel maybe a little triggered by some darker emotions, work through this process. I don't always think it's beneficial to just jump right into I am grateful for, because sometimes it doesn't really feel authentic. It doesn't really feel like us. But as we move through this process as an experience, you really get to create this sacred space for you, and then you get to give that out to the people you encounter and to the world, raising consciousness within ourselves and to the planet as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you so much for that, Brenda. And it's going back to any of those practices, right? And meeting yourself where you're at in this moment and really taking time to feel. And, we can't rush our healing, and we need to just honor wherever we're at and then moving into that light energy. So thank you so much for taking the time for yourself today, and just every moment you acknowledge that we lift the planet up just a little bit more.
Mm. Thank you for listening to Be the Love podcast. If you have enjoyed listening to our show, please share the love by sharing it with your family and friends, giving us a 5-star written review on iTunes and Spotify, or liking us on Facebook. I'm Brenda Carey, and as a holistic healer, I offer coaching and online programs to guide people in their sacred path to vibrant health. My website is sacredpathyogaandreiki.com.
And I'm Stacy Musial. I'm a psychotherapist specializing in whole person, deep soul healing. You can find out more about my work, my book, and programs at awakenyourempoweredsoul.com. You can check out our links in the show notes. And please consider supporting our mission to awaken our souls with a monthly donation that helps us with the operating costs of this podcast so we can continue to spread the love. To contribute, visit our Patreon website at patreon.com/Be the Love Podcast. And stay tuned for more episodes being released on Mondays at 5:55 a.m. Mountain Time.